Hey guys, so today we're doing something a little different. It's a pick a card. As you can see, there's 5 different piles. So I want you guys to take a minute and pick whichever one stands to you. Today, the question at hand is going to be the message from the universe of what you need to know, exactly the message that you need today, tonight, right now. This reading is timeless, and I just got a deck in the mail as far as romance and love and twin flames and that soul connection. So the message will probably have something to do with that. So go ahead and take a moment to pick the pile that stands out to you. It's going to be starting with the cat, it's 1, and then that's 2, that's 3, 4, and 5. So take a second and pick the pile that stands out to you, and then I'll start doing the reading from there. And if you don't want to hear what the different readings are, pause and skip ahead. And I will put the time stamps in the description box below. So hopefully you guys have picked one out, and I'm going to start with the cat as number 1. Okay. All right. Hello. So, yes. Okay, so if you guys have if you're new to my group, welcome. I'm Lex Zion from Trinity's Tarot. And I had been wanting to do something different for you guys for quite some time now. So I'm very excited to have the opportunity to do that. Yeah. 3, 4, 5. Okay. So yeah, just to kind of get things going for you. You guys have been, I wanted to do a different type of reading for you guys for a while now. So here it is. And voila. Okay, so for those of you that picked number 1 with the kitty, I got for you guys the Hermit. So you guys have been retreating. Whatever has been going on, you've been stuck in a do not disturb zone. Like, leave me alone. I've got it. I'm good. I don't need anybody. I am at home. You've been taking time to yourself to spiritually reflect and kind of figure things out all on your own. You kind of it's not personal, but it kind of is. It's personal to you. You're taking like basically like a pause for the cause. You're just kind of like taking time to reflect on everything you have, everything you've been through. What does it all mean? And you're not willing to share your energy if it's not meaningful. You're just trying to figure out what the next step in your life and the next step in your course is. And a lot of times that causes us to become recluse and to be alone and to have some spiritual time to ourselves. That might mean that you want to be, you don't want to be the life of the party anymore. You want to figure out what the next chapter in your life is. You want to be alone. You want to save your money. You want to be in your room. You want to read. You want to meditate. You want to do things that really call to your soul and to your spirit. And a lot of times that is in nature and closer to water and doing things by yourself. Also, you got pillar of light. Your vibration is rising, and you are the oracle, because what you've been doing is you've been really working your light and taking time for yourself, which is awesome. So this hermit phase of yours has been working, which is amazing. It's fantastic when you actually take time, and that's like the process of what's involved when you actually take time for yourself in the first place. So go you. And so a next message that I have for you guys here is deserving. This is a message from the Archangel Gabriel deck that I have here. It says, you, like all God's children, deserve happiness, health, and love. So if you've been feeling like, things were not kind of working out for you and you were feeling sad, like things weren't really on your side, your Archangel Gabriel is here to remind you that you deserve all the happiness and health and love of the world, and that you are totally deserving. And, if you've been feeling like people haven't really been there for you, you are deserving. Allow God and the Archangel Gabriel help you understand that you're one with the divine and all other creations of God. Therefore, it's impossible to exclude yourself from the gifts of God constantly bestows upon everyone. It's possible, however, for you to block your receiving these gifts if you're struggling with feelings of guilt or unworthiness. So, a lot of times when we become a recluse and we pull ourselves away from society, it's because we don't feel like we're deserving of any of these gifts and any of these good things from our higher power. But Archangel Gabriel is here to remind you that the solution might be for you to call upon heaven to help forgive yourself if you've been feeling guilty, if maybe you have done things that have made you feel shameful. A lot of times the answer is prayer. Even if you don't believe in that, perhaps you can try to find something that does call to you, meditation, or even what if you can find some type of spirituality that does call to you, try looking into that. I'm also seeing here the Temperance card for you, which is ruled by Sagittarius, but it's also the card of forgiveness. Again, so I'm seeing you might need more forgiveness in your heart, whether someone has wronged you. It takes two to tango. You are also the common denominator in all of your situations, and we're regardless of whether someone's harmed us or wronged us, we are still always, in some way, shape, or form, even if it's only 3%, we still allow people and teach people how to, treat us, if that makes any sense. And so, and if we don't have, forgiveness isn't always for it. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Forgiveness is not always for the other person. It's for you so that you can have peace. And I'm seeing here, if you're looking at a romantic, partner or someone that you're having a hard time forgiving right now, I see the King of Cups, and this is, from the Zombie Tarot that I've gotten recently. The King of Cups is a man who does love you, but has a very hard time showing their feelings, and they feel as though showing feelings is a bit of it's weak to show feelings. They don't like being vulnerable ever, and so it's something that they refuse to do. They won't show you their feelings, but they just kind of think that, why should I say I love you if you already know it? That sort of type of attitude. They're quiet, sensitive, but beneath the surface lies a more complicated emotional individual. They're usually a water sign, a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. Doesn't have to be, but still waters run deep. Usually with water signs, that's what it is. They may also represent the need to act more from the heart than from your head. So for example, if this is not the romantic partner that I'm describing to you, it could be that you're behaving in a more intellectual way instead of from an emotional place, that maybe you need to start tapping into your heart chakra a little bit more and be a little easy up and kind of let your guard down a bit more. I also see here for the romantic message to you, it's that maybe you need to have a heart-to-heart conversation with your loved one. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. In this romantic partnership that you have, or the person that you love the most, the message that I'm getting for you guys in group number 1 is that you need to have a heart-to-heart conversation. What that is, what that might be. So be sure to do that. Okay, so that's the reading I've got for group number 1. Okay, moving on. So moving on to group number 2. If you pick this gray heart, that's what we've got. Moving on to group number 2. So I see here we got Justice. We've got Justice, Um, Motivation, the world, the sun, good stuff here. If you've been trying to make a decision about something, you have finally gotten to the point where, like when the gavel finally hits the wood and it's time for you to just, if you've been delaying a process and you were like, well, I think I will end this, or I think I'm going to start doing this, or like I'm going to start hitting the gym every day, or I'm going to cut meat from my diet, or I'm going to quit smoking, or I'm going to stop being in this toxic relationship, or I'm going to stop talking to that mean girl, or I'm going to go back to school, or whatever that big decision is that you had been delaying for a long time. Or let's say you were going to bring someone to court and sue them for some crap they put you through. Now that time has come and you're actually going through with it, is what I see happening with that justice card. And it's like but it's no coincidence that these things are coming to fruition, and it's all like in divine timing. I also see here, because it's the age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. So if things are working out in your life and in your favor, and if you have like people that are like either, because even when you start doing well, even our people that you think are like your best friends, or that like are your biggest fans, sometimes they're not so happy for you. But it's not because they don't love us. It's just that all of a sudden when we start doing great and they start soaring, and whatever it is, people are used to you just, not shining so bright. But the matter is, it's not like it's some random coincidence. It's really not. The age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes, my lovelies. This is no strange coincidence. Trust your intuition when it comes to this. If you have these gifts and these abilities, you've had them for many generations and many, many past lifetimes, and these are gifts from the divine. And they're being sent to you to for you to continue to use them, and be bold and brave when you are being called upon to use them in your life now, no matter how long it has taken for you to finally go about to do what you're meant to do. And be bold and courageous now that you have to do what you need to do for you. Don't stop yourself from doing it just because you don't have an entourage or a parade of people clapping you on in the meantime for you to go ahead and do what you need to do for you. If that makes, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times when you have a golden ticket and you have a path that you need to take, not everyone is going to understand it, one, or, really be so excited for you, because, not everyone is going to have that ability to be able to do it as you are. Not everyone is gifted like you. Not everyone is blessed as you might be. Um, so here's the thing as well. Sometimes it can be discouraging if these things are not happening in the timing that you would like for it to. So I'm getting also a message from Archangel Gabriel that you might need a little bit motivation, a little bit more of that. It says to pray for guidance as to how to increase your enthusiasm and to focus on this project. Perhaps it's difficult. Maybe you feel like you've bitten off more than you could chew. Maybe it's like a huge endeavor. But you know what? It takes an elephant how long to, the gestation period of an elephant is a very, very long time. But once it births a baby elephant, I mean, it's a baby elephant, right? And it's an incredible miracle. I mean, maybe that's a weird metaphor, but maybe you see what I'm saying. Like, it takes a very long time in order for something that magical and that wonderful and that beautiful to come about out of you. And if that's something that you are trying to bring into fruition into your life, you may need a lot more motivation to keep yourself going. Go, 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 team. Do you know what I'm saying? So maybe you need more like, yay, go do this, Maybe you do want the parade and you do want the atta girl and atta boy and keep going. And if it's not there, that makes it that much more difficult. But I also see the world and the Sun cards on your side. These are very positive, like, this is like the end of the world is the end of the cycle. That's when things are going really well for you. But it's Scorpio, Leo, um, Virgo energy, and these are all very prestigious, intelligent, go-getter signs that help get the jobs done. And you need to know that it's all in the cards, if that makes any sense for you. I mean, I don't know what more validation you need. Like even in this zombie deck right here, the Sun, you need to tap into that childlike energy that, sometimes we have when we're young, and we have all the gusto and energy to go about and do and play like children, and that innocence that we have when we want to do these things. What I do see here, though, perhaps, though, I'm not sure if it's about a relationship that you might be already involved in, romantic or platonic. I see codependency, that addictions are affecting your romantic life. Um, so maybe you lean on people more than you should, and maybe that's causing, the narcissistic, codependent relationship where, you feed the other person's ego and then they help you, and then it's like, you feed from my cup and then I fill your cup. So overall, it's a very unbalanced, unhealthy relationship, which eventually ends very toxically and unhappy, and overall isn't good for you and doesn't leave you feeling very good, is what I see here. But everything else, very good. Very, very good. So that's for my group number 2, if you picked number 2. So moving forward, if you picked the purple amethyst, group number 3, that's what I see for you guys. All right, so we got the Knight of Wands reversed, some strength, and the Hermit. You guys as well have been retreating to yourselves, taking time for yourselves. But the Knight of Wands reversed, this guy could be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. He might be stressing you out a little bit because he's kind of like only really into himself. And he's kind of like fly by the seat of his pants kind of a guy who's kind of all over the place. He doesn't really know what he wants, but he thinks he does, and very emotionally needy, wants to be in your life, is really like, wants to like have sex with you, and might be like all hot and passionate one minute, but the next minute is like, well, I don't know how I feel about you, but maybe next week we can get together, but isn't really willing to show you exactly like it's all this, but not really much about the action. Like doesn't really back it up with anything. It's just so I mean, so maybe that is, and like you want to like help them out and be there for them, but you live in an adult world, so it's like hard for you to give a shit about that, right? I mean, it's yeah. I mean, sure, sex is tasty. Let's be real. But when it's a reversed Wands knight, that's not a king. That's not a king, ladies, gents. I say wait out for a king. There's kings in this deck. Anyway, moving forward with your reading, I also see here you guys got a mirror. Who or what is triggering you? I don't know, but if y'all are being triggered by this knight, I can see why. If you're spending too much time with negative people, then, I mean, but at the same time, I feel like these things always happen for a reason in order for us to look at ourselves. We attract who and what we are. You know what I mean? So if you're attracting these types of people, that might speak a little bit about where we're at in our lives. So, when the student is ready, the teacher will arrive. You know what I mean? So nothing to fear but fear itself. A lot of times all we are ready for is a physical connection with someone. Maybe we're not ready for real, true intimacy. Maybe you're not ready to look at yourself yet. Maybe you're not prepared for real intimacy. And maybe that's why that's all you're reflecting. We reflect where we're at in life, you know. The divine guidance that I am receiving here from Archangel Gabriel, the message that he wants to give my group 3 here is the ideas you're receiving are heaven sent answers to your prayers. I mean, perhaps right now, if you've been like, you know, like you're throwing your hands up in the air and you're like, I don't know what I need to do. Maybe this is why you're like floating around YouTube and you're trying to find answers. You're like, okay, well, maybe a tarot card reader can help me out, or maybe the horoscope, or maybe whatever. And you're trying to figure out what your next answer is. This card asks you to notice, trust, and follow the repetitive messages and signs that are coming to you. Because at the end of the day, guys, I try to tell everybody, trust your intuition. I know that sounds cliche AF, but like seriously, these repetitive messages urging you to make a positive change are divine guidance. You have your own answers inside you. Your heart will tell you one thing, your brain will tell you another, but your gut will never, ever lie to you. I am telling you that because I've always known my answers inside. Like I've wanted to believe things in my mind and I've wanted to believe things in my heart, but my gut never has ever lied to me. So, you know, God sends you additional signs as confirmation. So, like, if you're asking for a sign and you want to know what to do, this is it. This is the sign is telling you, you know what to do. You know what to do in your heart of hearts. You know what to do in your mind. You're a smart person. You know, your higher power didn't make a dum-dum. You're not a dum-dum, you know? And when you follow true divine guidance, your path is harmonious, enjoyable, and safe. You know, when you're around good people, you know, you can feel it. When you're with someone that loves you, you know, you can feel it. You know, when you're with someone who's toxic and shitty, you know too. You know, All right, I'm repeating myself, but also, I know that it's a lot easier said than done, too. So I apologize if that sounds very cliche. It takes a lot of strength and courage and, you know, a lot, especially if you've been with the wrong person for a long time. But I love him. I love him, Lexi. I love him. Yes, and I love peanut butter, and it makes you fat. So you can also... choices, guys, choices. Loyal, you know, if you, this is the Leo card, so, you know, but it also represents having strength and courage to look down in the eye of, you know, adversity and having the strength and tenacity to get through dark days. And, you know, even if that means being on your own for a while. People think being autonomous means being by yourself for the rest of your life. And that's not what it means at all. It means having the strength to walk on your own 2 feet, to make better choices and better judgment so that you don't feel shitty all the time, you know? And my final card for you guys says, very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. You know, if you're worried about your love life, look, I mean, a relationship can come to you whenever you want. And it'll come to you even sooner if you decide what you want. If you send it out to the universe that you want something awesome, instead of like this night shitty energy, you want something better, then decide you want something better. And it will come to you very soon. But you have to own it and you have to decide that that's what you want. Be clear about it. The universe does not understand maybe. The universe understands definites. So, something to look at, guys. Sorry if I seem, I just, you know, the law of attraction doesn't understand maybe. The universe only understands definites. Yes, no. I want, not even I want. You have to own what you have. And that's a long story. I'm not going to get into that, but you need to look up other YouTubers for that. I'm not a professional on that. Moving forward, what was I up to? 3? Okay, group 4. If you picked the SandStone. Okay. Yes. 5 of Cups. Okay, so 5, you've been having trouble with romance recently. Yeah, 5 is just about caution, just issues in general. You don't really see the cups that are being presented in front of you. You don't really believe that much in love so much anymore. You're kind of over it. You're over it with love. You've like been there, done that. You're like, no, thank you. You're like, nah, I'm good. Like this is like, you're like done. You're like, I'm over it. No, thank you. Been there, done that. Yeah. Yeah, like yeah, exactly. You've had the broken relationship. It was like bad. You had a long relationship. It was dull. It didn't work out. There might have been an affair. Somebody probably cheated on you. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just that like you're over it. That's like the like I'm done. I'm over it. I don't even want relationships anymore. Better to have loved than lost and never loved at all. You're like I'm done with relationships. No, thank you. What else we got going on? Unfortunately, I wish there was a better message than that. But yeah, there are more. So it's kind of like a person that's just jaded, bitter, done, doesn't really want to be bothered anymore because they've been screwed over for the last time, basically. Or in their mind they have. They're kind of over it. So you got here with your work, your light cards. You got the Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Such a deep, profound card here. So yeah, just to tell you. So the Anna, grandmother of Jesus, was an ancient mystic who dedicated her life to laying the foundations of Christ consciousness to be woven through all of life. She's not widely known, but without her, Christ consciousness would not be rising as it is today. Anna represents the quiet dedication that is sometimes required to live a life of service. She represents the generations that came before that devoted their lives to dreaming a new world into being while knowing that they would not see the glorious end result. She represents the dutiful soldier and the unconditional mother and the mystic who can see the thread that is woven through all life. So like this card is like basically saying that you're seeing the light and laying the foundations of the divine plan. Like this is just you staying true to yourself, and understanding that you know what happened in your past, you don't live in your past. The relationship that you had, they may have treated you poorly, but it wasn't like if they treated you badly, that's them and not you. Their loss and not yours. And you get that. You're like, I'm living my life to my fullest and they screwed up. Poor them. And you are, you are a woman that believes in or male or female, I'm sorry. You are a person that has a divine plan. You trust in your higher power. You trust and still somewhere deep in that heart believe that there is someone out there for you and that your Lord and Lady or your higher power or whatever it is going to join you two together somehow, like these two lovebirds behind me that are like dreaming about each other. You see how they're like gonna find each other in the cosmos? That is like what you think too. And you feel like you're gonna be taken care of, and you are being taken care of. As a matter of fact, you were so taken care of that you got this crappy relationship out of here. It's gone. It's over. And that's good. These things happen so that they can build you into being the glorious, strong person that you are today. A message from Archangel Gabriel says, stay true to yourself. Don't compromise or water down your ideas. Listen to, trust, and follow your inner voice. And that's about love too, guys. If you feel like, well, I want things to be like this, good. Don't lower your standards because people are like, you know, whatever they might be. If people can't live up to your standards, then they're just not for you. They're just not for you. And that's okay. Never lower your standards for people. Please don't do that for anyone. Just keep it moving. Keep it moving. Not everybody's for you, and that's okay. Stay true to yourself. Guys, girls, all of you. I can't stress this enough. Never dumb down because you are afraid of being alone. Please. It is so much better to be alone than unhappy and mal acompañada, okay? And in Spanish, that means being with the wrong bitch. So yeah, keep that in mind, please. Yeah, stay true to yourselves. Don't don't dumb down don't lower your standards, please. Because I see here, with this Nine of Pentacles, I love this card. This is that bad bitch. That's who you are. The bad boy, the bad girl, the bad ass is what I mean. That's who you guys are. You're rising, look at you, saving your coin, that pretty bird on your hand, in the hills, going places, doing things, shining. That's you. Guy or girl, shining. Look at you shining. You're doing so good. Why would you dumb yourself down? For what? For who? Why? Why? Like, don't do that. You're doing just fine. Like, look at you. All shiny and stuff. Looking all cute. All shiny. When you're doing so great, never dumb yourself down or water yourself down, dumb down your ideas. If you're dreaming big, keep doing it. Dream bigger if you have to, and let them catch up. And if they can't, oh well, bye. Bye-bye. You know what I mean? Like, bye-bye. Bye, Felicia. Yeah. Like, bye-bye. Yeah, like that. So moving on, you also got here from my zombie deck, we got the Page of Hazards. Oh no! Because, you will continue to get messages and maybe emails and messages from things like this. Pages. This is that young energy and people that think they can come back into your life because you looking good. Look at you, looking good. And we got all this young energy trying to talk to you. And you're like, no, nah. Well, anyway, this could be an earth sign, though. This could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. This could just be someone that wants to have fun with you and have a good time with you, but they don't really have much to offer. It's just, a lot of not really much. It's a page energy. It's not even night energy. I'd prefer a night energy. This isn't very good energy. It's just immature. That's all there is to it. It's a little immature. And I mean, look at him. He looks like a little bastard. Don't you just want to throw him around? He's like a little baby. Poor kid. Anyway, that's okay. So moving forward, he just looks like a little bit of trouble. That's all. And but I think the thing is, if you are feeling a connection and if you are feeling like you want to have fun and kick it up a notch and you want a little drama in your life, go for it. But you've been warned. Maybe it feels like it's a past life relationship, and maybe that's why you're like, oh my god, but Lexi, I want to have some fun. I'm bored. Go for it then. But you've been warned because you look like this. So of course you're gonna get a lot of messages, a lot of calls, a lot of text messages now because who uses the phone anymore? Nobody, right? It's all this page energy. Who bothers picking up the phone when they can text you? I'm sorry. Anyway, but romantically speaking, it's probably a past life relationship. You've known each other before, but in past lives, people had phones. They even wrote letters. Even that would be better. I'm sorry. I don't know why this reading came out as it did. But for all of you that are looking like this, expect more. Hope for more. I wish you more. I wish more for you. Because if you've gotten yourself up to this and you started your reading with a bad relationship, you started with a 5 of Cups and you built yourself up to this, why would you receive this? Come on, guys. I expect more from you. Well, I hope more for you. I wish you more. All right, so that's for number 4. If you picked number 4, that is your reading. And last but not least, my lovelies, I got for all of you guys here that picked number 5. Last but not least, 10 of Pentacles. Ooh, the crumbling. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Fool energy, 6 of Hazards. And the signs are caught. Oh, wow. Here we go. So, 10 of Pentacles. What goes on here? So, for you guys here, it's about money, earth energy, Virgos, Capricorns, Tauruses. You guys are like, basically, I feel like this is a really great card though. This is like finally things working out. It's happiness, money, joy. Your family worries are over. Everything's working out well. You have financial security. You have pretty much the stuff that people dream about, like the happiness, the white picket fence a little bit, like, or if you don't have one, you're getting one or you want one. And you can kind of visualize that with like the people you're with and the people you're surrounding yourself with because of the life that you've built right now. Don't be tempted to stray, though, if your present relationship is going through a bad patch, is what this is saying here, because you've got something good. Stick with your loyal friends rather than exciting, fickle ones. Like, you've got, like, a good thing going. But I think a lot of times what happens is when we have this, when we've got something good, time passes a little bit, right? And we're like, oh, this is so good, but it's boring. Boring is great, guys. Drama is whack. Boring and stable is wonderful. Boring and stable and predictable can be such a joy. Believe me. Maybe you don't think so, but go ahead and trade it in, and you're going to wish you hadn't. Just saying. Just saying. If this is where you're at, you're in a good place. And, I'm not a gambler, but if you would like to be, go for it. But I highly recommend you don't if you have the 10 of Pentacles in your spread, which is a wonderful card. Now, what's going on, though, here is I'm feeling that maybe you've got, like, from the oracle, sorry I'm being a little whatever. This is serious. It is important. I'm not trying to laugh at your serious reading. This is important stuff. Obviously, this is your lives. This is what's going on with you. It seems like maybe you're clinging on to something in the past that maybe is making you feel like the grass is greener on the other side. But the question is, what are you clinging on to? Perhaps there is someone or something from your past that seems more, I don't know, more interesting to you than this like nice foundation that you've built. There's a shift happening though right now where anything inauthentic can no longer survive, which is really good. This is like the Tower card, just if you guys want to look at it. It's very similar. It's practically the same thing if you look at it very closely. Yeah. So basically, relationships or jobs and social structures or anything that's inauthentic, anything that's like superficial, relationships or anything that like when you're but if you're like in the middle of this point in your life, so like if there's any part of you that you've been like faking, you're getting rid of that. It's like peeling of the onion. Like if you've had this if you've had this my cat is wanted to say hi. If you've had this sort of like thing in your life that you've been trying to hide about yourself, like let's say there's an ego part of you that is no longer servicing your highest good, then that needs to go away. Let's say you've been like whatever it is, smoking, overeating, not going to the gym enough, whatever that might be. You're being called right now by this card to surrender, whatever that is. And you know what that is. Whatever that is, I highly suggest you get rid of it now. You're not even going to be able to hold on to it, even if you want to. So I don't even need to tell you that. Now, the question that this card is asking, though, is what are you clinging on to? What exactly are you holding on to? What is it doing for you right now anyway? What is it doing for you? And maybe ask yourself that yourself. What is it doing for you? If there's something that is not serving your highest good, then why hold on to it anyway? Now, moving along, and the only thing constant in life is change, guys. So if it's not helping you, let it go and move forward, right? Okay. Now a message from Archangel Gabriel. We've got, have confidence in your creations. Trust in the power of God's creativity, which is being manifested through you. I mean, if you've been like in doubt about the things that you're good at, the things that you're creative in, like, you need to stop doing that. Believe in yourself. You have exactly what it takes to make your dreams come true, but you need to believe in you. So that's what I also say. And again, yeah, this is supported by the Fool. Take a chance. Go out there. Take a leap of faith. Jump into it. Go for it. Don't be afraid. Take a chance. And even if that means letting go of those fears that you've instilled in you, where you're like, I'm never going to love again, or I'm not going to, let's say you want to have another baby. Go do that. Or let's say you want to go move out of the United States. I would if I could. And go to another country and go on an island and just sell all your belongings and meditate next to a mountain. And if that's your calling, do it. Why not? Who's stopping you? I mean, we have but one life to live, so make it a worthy one that calls to your heart, and something that you're going to enjoy, that's going to bring you joy. Do you know what I'm saying? Sorry. One that brings you joy. This card is about you doing what makes you happy. And, the world suggests that you're going to be okay. Now, I also see the Six of Hazards from my Zombie Tarot. And this here, if you're looking closely, this guy is like, he's breaking things. So be careful and watch out for your finances, and just kind of, clearly, if you're going to take this huge leap of faith, maybe you're a little concerned about your finances, and that's understandable. Be careful to make sure you're not overspending when you're doing these huge endeavors or whatever. So kind of keep that in mind. And last but not least, my darlings, I see here romantically, if there's a relationship that you've been involved in, romantic, platonic, crush, whatever that might be, twin flame, someone, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So if there's someone that has like this toxic energy, but you're like addicted to it, watch out. Okay? Pay attention. All right, my loves, that has been your first ever pick a card. Comment, like, and subscribe. Share if you think you know anyone that would enjoy this. And let me know if you enjoyed it, and I'll do more of these. All right, guys, have a blessed evening. Bye.